Hi, I'm Brandy McDonald. I'm a features writer here for the Oklahoman and News OK, and I have with me today Katie Pryor. She is 15 years old. She's from South Oklahoma City, and she is the founder of the nonprofit Youth Trumpet and Tap Corps. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about that nonprofit organization today. So thanks for coming in today, Katie.
Yeah, thank you.
And can you tell us a little bit about your organization and what it does?
Yeah, so my organization, we're a service organization for high school trumpet players who volunteer to use their musical gifts to honor military veterans.
Okay, and so they play at what types of events? I think military funerals, but also other types of events.
Our main project is sounding taps at veterans' funerals because there are 1,500 veteran funerals a day, and there are only an estimated 500 military buglers to cover those funerals, and that's across the country. So we do that. We also perform at community events. We do taps and patriotic music at those.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the inspiration for this organization, because it was very personal for you.
Yeah, so the year I started playing trumpet, my great-grandfather, who was a World War II Army veteran, was in hospice care, and my family had kind of talked about how great it would be if I could sound taps at his funeral. However, he passed away before I could learn the notes. So 5 years later, when I was a better trumpet player, I heard that many veterans receive an audio recording of taps instead of a live performance. And I was really inspired to do something about it, and not only that, but to recruit my friends, also trumpet players, to help me.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about why you think having live music or live bugler to play taps is important for these funerals?
I think it's really important. I mean, just taps, whether it's recorded or live, it's the final tribute, it's the lights out call, and I think in that case, taps is always important, but especially live taps because it's so healing. And having someone who may not have ever known your loved one come and play that final tribute, I think, is really healing, and it's pretty much out of respect, just how respectful taps is.
Can you talk about how the organization kind of went from this personal situation with your family to an actual organization?
Yeah, so I held my first training with just about 10 of my friends in Oklahoma City. And that was 9 of my friends from Oklahoma and 1 friend that came up from Texas. And I now have 53 students in 11 states. So it's grown so big, and I'm so amazed at how many people have really latched onto it. So.
Okay. How did you end up at the White House with this project?
I was nominated as a champion of change for young women empowering their communities. And I was invited to come speak at a panel with about 12 other finalists.
Okay, and that was in September, and what was that experience like to go to the White House?
It was so surreal just being it's not something you'd ever think that you'd get to do. I mean, if someone has been like, hey, you're gonna get to go to the White House, I've been like, no, you're lying. So it was just such an amazing experience, and not only just because I got to share about my organization, but just to be up there with these other women who had done so many amazing things, it was so inspiring, and I'm so glad I got to do it.
And you also received, I think your organization has received the biggest donation so far from a program that U.S. Cellular has. So you can tell us a little about that?
U.S. Cellular did kind of a marketing campaign, and they chose 3 young groups of kids and the great work they were doing in their communities. And I was chosen as one of them, so they came and did kind of a mini documentary about me and my organization, and they also gave me $6,000 and 15 new bugles for my organization.
So that's exciting. I think that's called the Future of Good program.
Yes.
that they have, and there were some really interesting organizations that have a lot of good that's being done in different communities by teenagers, people about your age.
Yeah.
What is it about your generation that makes you so active in the community?
I think usually when we hear about teenagers, we hear about all the horrible things that are happening on the news or whatever horrible things teenagers are doing. And I just want to show older generations. I mean, I know so many amazing kids my age that are doing so many great things. And I want to, especially veterans, I want to give veterans hope for the future. Like, there are young people that care about this, and we want to help honor you. And I think it's really important that we show the good things along, not just the bad.
Your organization's only it's less than 2 years old,
Yeah.
if I'm correct on my math. Why do you think that it's grown so much? What is it about the cause that's been inspiring to people?
I think it's been really inspiring not just to see young students doing great things, but also I've gotten 53 volunteers, and one big thing I think is that most high school trumpet players, even college trumpet players, most of the time we perform for our friends and family, and we don't actually get to serve others with our music. And I think that's one big draw of it, is that you're getting to not only better yourself by doing this and being able to honor veterans, but also helping the families of those veterans. And it's just amazing to perform something that's not directed to you, that is for someone else.
So how can people get involved in your organization, or how can they get more information?
They can visit our website at trumpetandtaps.org to either volunteer or to donate or just to learn more about what we're doing.
Okay, and I think you have some training actually coming up for teenagers, high school or college students who are interested, coming up I think in a month or so, right?
Yeah, I'm actually holding a training in Tulsa on March 26th.
Okay, and I guess all the information they need is on your website.
Yep.
Okay, well thanks so much for coming in today. We will have more about Katie and her organization coming up in the Oklahoman and on News OK.